I'm Dr. Julie Rutledge from Human Development and Family Science, and we are presenting you with Fireside Zoom Chats with the HDFS faculty. Fireside Chats were done by one of our presidents, Franklin Roosevelt, shortly after he was elected president during the Great Depression. And it was an opportunity for him to talk to the American people during a time of great crisis and letting them know about what was going on and giving them topics to assure them. And we are using that idea and using this as an opportunity for you to get to know more about the HDFS faculty. So right after this will be one of our faculty members. All right, we are here for one of our Fireside Zoom Chats, and today we have Dr. Katie Barrow. She is an assistant professor in HDFS in our family science concentration. So here's some questions for you, Katie. Are you ready?
I think so.
Okay. What are 2 or 3 of the most interesting things about you that I would know from your curriculum vitae or your resume?
Okay, well, it's hard to answer because I know you know these, but I think for the general population, I can stand on my head. I have been skydiving, and I owned I had a pet bunny rabbit for many years, who I love dearly, named Daisy May.
Daisy May, that's adorable. Okay, what would the name of your debut album or your autobiography memoir be called?
I've thought a lot about this actually because I love reading memoirs. So I would probably say A Single Blade of Grass. And I'm sorry, I have to explain stuff. So,
yes, you do.
So yes, A Single Blade of Grass. And I don't know if that's already like a title of something because I just think it's such a great title. But that kind of comes from the fact of like, I'm just always amazed every time I walk my dogs. Just the smallest thing can change their day. So typically, you know, they're beagles, so they're always smelling and things like that. They'll come upon literally one blade of grass and it'll have something amazing. It'll cause them to paw at it, lick at it, roll in it, and they just get so happy. And I'm like, wow, that's all it took for you, you know? So I think just kind of, I'm always trying to pause to notice the small things, you know, and I think that is kind of what brings me joy, you know, is just accumulation of a lot of really small, meaningful things. And I also just love being outside in the grass. So I don't know. I've thought about it.
I love it. I can't wait to read it one day. Okay. So if you were a brand, what would be your motto?
Oh gosh. Probably get comfortable being uncomfortable. And really it's just you know this, we don't grow when we're stuck safely in Wisconsin in our comfort zone. We just don't. And whether that's mentally, relationally, physically, you know, when you are able to be okay with discomfort, that's really where that change happens. So I try to
Get comfortable being uncomfortable. With Dr. Katie Barrow.
It sounds like I feel like threatening or something, but
yeah, that's a great point though. You can't grow unless you're in a state of discomfort. Our theory would say that, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so what inspires you?
Well, we both, I think, have in common that we're very inspired by very well-worded quotes and phrases. I love those things. But I would say definitely nature. I mean, I just love being outside. And also memoirs, autobiographies. I love reading someone's story. I love that. I love like seeing what they've gone through in their life, what they've had to overcome. Like, I just find that so inspiring.
Yeah, excellent. So if you were a tree, what kind of tree would you be and why?
Well, where I lived for 4 years getting my doctorate, there were beautiful willows. And there are beautiful trees all over here, of course. But I really love willows. Like, they're just so beautiful. And like in yoga, you know, there's a huge metaphor for, you know, how to stay strong and grounded, obviously, while being flexible, you know, with all kinds of stuff that gets thrown your way. And I just relate to, I guess they're branches that are hanging down, right? Like, they're kind of hidden, and I always just hide behind my hair. Usually, you know, I have long hair. And so I just kind of like the idea of like, sometimes you have to go through, like, you know, kind of wade through the branches or Katie's hair, you know, to learn more about the tree or Katie. So
yeah,
not too much about this.
Yeah. Okay, so if you're a new addition to the crayon box, what color would you be and why?
Okay, I don't know if I should say like a standard color like yellow, because that's like my favorite color, and it's
I mean,
gender
go for
neutral.
it.
So obviously, like anybody who knows me would be like, she would pick a gender neutral color. And I just love sunshine and yellow. But I think a creative answer would be tricolor. And here's why. Because there's just not, I don't think there's any really crayon colors that are kind of like multiple colors, you know? And again, not to be obsessive, but the tricolor is the standard color of the Beagle. And so, it's brown and black and white.
Yeah,
And, I was just like, I think that would be kind of cool to see in a crayon box.
go for it. The tricolored blade of grass.
Yes.
Okay, what is your favorite food?
Oh, pizza for sure. A good pizza pie. So I'm from St. Louis and they have wonderful thin crust pizza. I have family from Chicago, so does Alan, my partner, and they have wonderful deep dish pizza. So I consider myself a big pizza snob, and I love pizza. And then I would say like my favorite kind of sweet thing would be like cookie cakes with icing on it. I can
Oh,
eat those forever.
those are good.
Yeah.
Okay, so a few questions about how life has been for you lately. So what have you been doing to take care of your mental health during this stay in place order?
I would say the biggest thing that I've been doing is limiting screen time. And that's because we're all forced now to be in front of the screen so much because of our jobs and feeling, the need to connect to people, understandably so. But just being able to shut off my phone or, close down my laptop at the end of the night has just been great for me. Of course, going outside and walking the dogs, it's usually pretty safe with social distancing because no one's around us. Social Zoom calls have been great. Like I've been Zooming more with people I don't normally even talk to really that much, because we're all just kind of stuck in this together. So having those kind of social calls, even just us faculty having, social time when we're working, on our virtual calls is just really nice.
Yeah, great. So what has been the most challenging for you during this time?
Oh, I would say the uncertainty, which is broad and vague, but just not knowing when it's going to end, not knowing if I'm going to be able to get toilet paper. I know that sounds alarmist, but it's just kind of scary. I think the uncertainty around just our jobs with regards to working with students and how they're doing and what they're going through. I just never know what kind of email I'm going to get, what kind of day or week a student has had, or even my colleagues have had. And so I don't know, I get kind of nerve-wracked.
Yeah, uncertainty is stressful for sure. So what are you most looking forward to when all of this is over?
Let's see, besides being able to, get toilet paper without worrying, just being able to, of course, get out and see people. I'm very a homebody, and I love being at home, but I think being able to get out, going to travel, which I know you can relate to. I had 3 trips planned from last week until like mid-April, and I can't go anywhere. Just road trips, but still, so I think being able to just get out of the state and travel around and see people.
Yeah. Okay, last question. What has been the silver lining for you?
Oh, one of my friends started a Facebook group that's like, it's called like best outcomes or good outcomes from COVID. And it's just this amazing group where we just post all these really heartwarming articles about the good things that have happened in spite of everything. And I think that that's wonderful just to see kind of all the really cool ways people are coming together as a community to help each other. I personally like the silver linings of we're all just, I feel like being kinder to each other, and like making time maybe to like, at least I am, to chat with people, be nicer, more patient, be flexible with how we're communicating. Selfishly, I like that it seems that people are adopting and fostering animals more because they're lonely and more like alone at home and isolated. So I love that. I'm like, oh, that's great. Yes, go foster a dog or a cat or something.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, before we sign off, is there anything you'd like to say to our students or anyone else out there who sees our videos?
I would say if you're watching this, thank you. We hope that, I know we all care about you guys so much, whether you're our students, alumni, community partner, and we hope you're doing well, and to know that you can always reach out to any of us and we'll be here for you.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Katie, and we'll close this one out. Until next time.
Take care.